Obviously, if AL are able to find an advantage, they can snowball that lead. They can probably burst anybody who's there. And with this Kyle board that gets locked in, expectation is that they'll be able to try and find some semblance of...
Flyby ends up getting anything will be the scuttle trades immediately by Tien and Tarzan. The back gets initiated. Tarzan might have an angle to get something going bot lane. Looks like he might fish.
Looks like they're going for a dive onto Crisp here. They can pick up a very quick kill with the Nico having no summoning
They gotta
heal
do it
and
fast.
no HP.
They have to do it fast. Tien is coming out of the base, and they already get the kill. First blood goes to AL. Nothing else. Oh!
Round back to the point. 2-item Corki, 2-item Annie, the 1-item Spike for the Wukong and the Rumble as well. Much past that, I do tend to favour Weibo actually as the game gets that little bit later, but we'll see another dive topside.
Flandra is going to get an installs impact into the wall, and the CC is too much to handle. Tien gets the response to Tarzan's first blood.
Lurking and waiting in that brush.
Oh, breathe? Breathe? He might be fine in a 1v2. He has level 6. Here comes the equalizer this time. Will it mean the same difference, the same outcome? Light! He's going to force the flash away. Flandra wants it. Flame Spitter to the back. Light trying to run away. Light can't run away from Flandra. He gets the 1 kill, but he's immediately going to die after. 2 Tien. Actually, it goes over to Crisp in the end. So the World Championship duo comes back together to get a kill on top side.
Breathe using the needlework down bot side. Still has R3 to slow up Tarzan and should be able to walk it out to actually give a good, again, neutral objective lead over to the Pandas.
Okay, well, they're going to go ahead and take that one. No contest from Weibo. Weibo really, truly are just okay playing to their comp strengths. Tien's going to move in for a little bit of a late contest, but realizes it's already gone. Turns right back around. Redeploy coming out from Weibo now as they reset.
Spawn, and it looks like Tien is looking to make a play on the top side, but Flandra sat here under this turret. Once again, no equalizer this time. Has got flash.
He does. Flandra's like, man, why you gotta come back over here? He steps through the install's impact. The turret's starting to chunk, but it's not going to be nearly enough. Flandra tries to get away, does end up flashing, has the speed from the phase rush and his W. He's able to get out of there. He might be ran down here, though, as Crisp is trying to look for him on the back end, but the TP comes through and he's out of there.
Just getting a dragon for this. They're getting a ton of gold on these turrets as well. Remember, this is a fully completed Trinity Force for the Wukong, so actually, those Sheen procs are going crazy with the crushing blows as well. It's not even close, and those 3 grubs stacking up also means that they secure not just the second dragon of the game, but also that first structure, contributing now to those feats of warfare.
Huh, it seems like the 3 grubs came back to bite them. I don't know about you, Rude.
It does look that way.
It seems like the instant gratification is truly...
These objectives, and you know, Shanks has got teleport, so he can join this.
Yeah, I'm a little worried if Weibo pulled the trigger a little early here, but they are just going to get this burned down. Xiaohu's going to get hit by the Tempered Fate. Big Crisp Pop Blossom on a 2. The flash play comes through. They get the double Tango Barb as well. And Preeth is doing work with this needlework here. The Impale only hits on a 1. Is it enough? The Shockwave comes through on a 2 members, but Tarzan is still chunking people, and Light's getting low. Equalizer goes a little bit wide.
Forward.
Flashes forward, and Hope is looking to make the difference. That dog has its day, and it's not Weibo's any longer. Hope gets a couple kills there. Tien's now getting a little bit low. They go for him on the back end of it. Tien goes down. AL completely, cleanly, almost ace Weibo. And it looks like that might just be the case here. Crisp is going for some Weibo Gaming, but Hope has his number, and Flandra is going to try to help him get this one. The Yordle crew has come for you, Crisp, as an ace comes through for AL.
Yeah, a complete travesty on the top side for Weibo. And yeah, Tempered Fate available for Kyle, and Weibo the one starting up this objective. You'd like to think that AL want to get in here to stop this. W used early by Breathe.
Shanks has a flank. They're looking for the Tempered Fate. If they all group up in that corner, they're going to get Tempered Fated, as they do end up doing that. The Impale comes through. Pop Blossom comes on to 3. Doesn't do much, and Crisp just gets melted. The flames that be, the flames that burn, and the flames that rise for anyone's legend comes through for a triple kill for Shanks.
No flash means that Light is going to get still chased down, and the Molten Shield gives him the movement speed. 4 kills for Shanks in that fight, and the Dragon gets picked up as well. This is AL just slowly but surely running away with this game. Weibo, they tried to take this fight just a little bit too early. This fight, it looked a little bit better. I will be honest, right? Like those circles, they joined up, they looked good. But once again, they didn't quite have enough in the tank.
Over 90% health here for anyone's legend.
Yeah, taking that down is going to be a real task for Weibo as they
Oh,
spot
they might have gotten
Shanks.
Shanks. Oh, Crisp desperately trying to get Shanks. Is it enough? He finally... No, he flashes. He does go down in the end. Flandre gets picked as well on Anyone's Legend. They've lost 2 key members, but Kyle trying to go for the kill on the Crisp anyways. That's just the support, though. Not going to be much value there. And Anyone's Legend caught looking a little bit there.
So 2 for 1. Tien did go down on the bottom side of that fight, and now this TP in, maybe a little bit overzealous, but it is Breathe who's there. He's got the W available, so he can actually keep himself safe under this turret. Whether the tier 1 falls, though, is that question. They've got the grubs to give them that backdoor bonus.
Oh, yeah, they're going to take him out. Breathe doesn't have any tools. That's a Shockwave goes wide from Xiaohu. Uncalculated and calculated by Hope. His demise is there. Dodging out Hope. What are these moves, man? You said he was always on fire. That man is burning up right now. Oh, my God, man. This guy has given me so much more faith in it. Like, for so many years, there was always a question mark for Hope. But is he going to be that impactful? Ever since his JDG runs, I still remember one of the most impactful interviews after that run with JDG was him saying, I want to be known as a leader AD carry. I want to be known as a leader on any team I'm on. I want to know that as well. But, man, if Hope's playing like this, I don't think there's anything that can stop him.
Yeah, and importantly, if he's playing like this, he doesn't need to be giving off good comms either. He just needs to play like a great AD carry, sit back and chill. For Light, this is spotted. Kyle knows that this is going down, but the rest of AL not particularly in position.
It's going to come down to a 50-50. Kyle looking for a Tempered Fate, potentially going for it. Buys time. Tarzan looking for the smite. Shanks coming around the corner. This could be it. AL coming in to weed out Weibo. Pop Blossom from Chris. The flash play. They instantly target Shanks, but the Baron, it goes to Tarzan. They left Tien
Shanks is alive.
Himself.
Shanks is alive.
Kill Shanks. Weibo just absolutely fumbled the bag. This is a full play from AL. They completely chase everybody down. It does not look pretty. It does not look clean. AL decimate Weibo.
And what happened there, Mazel? Weibo caught in 2 minds. We need to peel off because it's a 50-50. We don't like 50-50. So everybody except Tien goes up to the top side to try to kill Shanks, who somehow lives against the might of the 3 members of Weibo that are all up there. Complete carnage ensues, and now AL, we said they need to take this Baron sooner rather than later. Weibo gifted to them on a silver platter.
The last 2 fights ended up in a clean ace for Anyone's Legend, and that little lead has now snowballed completely out of favor for Weibo. Somebody has to make a call there. That is a tough situation.
This play, again, the fact that Light is staying to DPS here, he knows he's already dead, and we cut back to live. Tien's dead once again.
All right, well.
And now a teleport's coming in from Breathe.
We're just dominoes falling here. Flandre might be the domino that falls back. Tempered Fate hits on the Xiaohu. That extra little bit of give back in as Chris tries to hit a Pop Blossom. Doesn't hit anybody in the end. Tarzan finds backline access, and another ace comes through. 3 in a row. Anyone's Legend are tired of Weibo being on the same rift of them. They lost the last time these 2 teams met, but they got the hangover cure. They got the eggs and bacon they needed. They are wakey, eggs and bacon here. Anyone's Legend destroy Weibo Gaming from top to bottom in game number 1 of this best of 3.
And I think we should let people sit with that. This wasn't close. There was a 15-minute window. But it will help out on their top side as well. So, you know, the Dawning Shadow has its power. I'm just not sold on it in its 2 versus 2 capability here. At these early game moves on the map. Light, 3-wave crashes, goes down to base, grabs a call, moves up to this top side alongside Tien.
Oh, Flandre just overplayed his hand here himself. He's going to get pillared. He waited. Tien perfectly do it, but he gets in the way of the slice and dice. He gave him the exit strategy, but luckily gets followed up on there. Tien does get first blood for Weibo.
Here to try and force off Light.
Crisp is running, but he is not nearly going to be able to make it in time. This is such a tough position to be in by Light. He's going to try to tank as much as he can. He's going to try to get the wave as low as he can, but he's just going to get the solo bola to Flandre.
I mean, he's tanking the whole wave as well, and he catches the majority of it. I think he misses 4 or 5 creeps from the Renekton. They're all, apart from the E, instant.
AL just overextending in multiple waves now. As AL look like they might not get punished too heavily. Weibo are desperate for this one. I mean, they are so overextended right now. He's just diving for it. Tien is going for the fight on Tarzan now. Tarzan's left by himself. Flandra went the long way around, so they don't really have teammates here. Slice and Dice coming through with the crash downs there. Flandra gets the Q spin, gets the heal back, and look at Flandra tanking up so much here. He might get ran down in the end, but he's going into the bush. He should be fine. Mount up comes through for Chris. Chris shattering strike, flash play as Xiaohu gets the kill, and it's 2 for 2 early.
Try and sort of buy himself a bit of time to catch up and trade back versus Flandra a little bit later. I was expecting maybe a move into this mid lane to help out for a potential contest on these grubs, but it's not the case. It's another instance of AL using their early game priority to secure objectives. The first 3 grubs go their way. Still a dragon live, so that Infernal Drake is still up for both of these.
Between trying to help anybody on the map they possibly can. I need to see Weibo try to get this 30 CS differential in mid lane under wraps. Here comes the Grand Starfall on the bot side. It's going to be AL focusing onto this play, onto Xiaohu. He's going to flash out, but there's too much damage. The Dawning Shadow with the snipe from across the map. No contest coming through, so this will be their first neutral objective.
Okay, and I think that this is really, really good for Weibo to once again deny any of that stacking, deny the push into the late game. Is a very powerful tool that Weibo can use. A reminder, their composition has Victor and Deceiver, 2 champions that are
put in there by Crisp. And actually, we're going to see Tarzan opt to go ahead and clear away from it. We're going to get the all in here, I guess, from Flandra. He's flashing after him with the Grand Starfall coming in, and easy as that. Tarzan makes the roam, finds the kill, and that's going to be AL now looking back to that Rift Herald play. They'll look out of that into the heal. It's going to feel pretty good. And the turret and bot side's going to go down as well. And that's first turret and feats yet again for Anyone's Legend. 2 games in a row.
And the Senna with Static Shiv able to match the push now of this Sivir. So there's never really a threat onto that mid-tier 1. Now, AL may lose out on this Rift Herald, and I don't think they're too worried about that. Once again, look at where Tarzan is on the map. He's constantly looking to take away these Raptors. So it is a very greedy spike for him to go at that second item.
Kyle. Dave, you deserve to die for that one. It's just backing in the middle of the enemy jungle. Not even in a bush?
And himself to his own fate there, knowing that he made a bit of an
Tarzan going for the flash plan to light it, or at least trying to get out with that one. Does end up using it defensively. Now he has no tools to get away from Tien, and this is where the chomp comes really alive. The setup is there on the Tarzan, and he just gets taken down in the end with a last little ricochet shot from Light. Maybe a couple picks by Weibo to get them back into this game.
To ruin their efforts, but Anyone's Legend looking like a well-oiled machine down toward this bot side as they look to try and take their first dragon of the game. Cloud Drake going to be taken, and does mean that we're going to get ourselves a freshly minted Ocean Soul, probably
to the top side.
Yeah, Flandra TP's up, give that wall a good little headbutt for good measure, and AL, they need to do their due diligence, right? Let's push out this midway first. Let's catch that, make sure that they can move up to this Herald in short order, and that's going to be the case. It looks like pings from Breathe are that he wants to take this turret. He has got teleport to get up to this top side if they want to contest, but Weibo so far not in a position to do so.
Crisp is playing it right now. Tien's going to take his Grom, so looks like it will just be the trade in the end from Weibo. Not going to go contest this Atacon, and that's the second permanent buff that they've given over to Anyone's Legend. They're going to try to make a counterplay here in mid, but TP's coming immediately out to defend it. Rift Herald play as now Kyle gets caught by Weibo. They're trying to get a 3-man Magnet Storm, get 2 of them. Breathe is in the fight now. Dawning Shadow coming across, and Xiaohu's already down. That's a major point of your damage. Light has been eviscerated here on the side. Flandra's trying to run him down. The flash play with the Q. He's strutting his stuff. The Croc's got teeth.
And they just abandon their carries. Weibo, they commit so heavily to take that tier 1 turret. Weibo flounder once again, and it's Anyone's Legend who profit.
That is every ADC's worst nightmare. Wondering what the sky is the limit, at least, as Flandra might have just caster cursed him in a 1v3. He's going to try to take him down, 1v4 rather, as he gets the slice of dice out. He's going to try. Downing Shadow coming across. He might get one back. He's healing so damn much, but it's not going to be enough. Now AL coming to punish after Kyle coming over. They're low health bars here. Anyone's Legend could take this one. Tarzan going to block out a ton of the damage. Take down Chris. Goes over. Gets the Sundered Sky. Gets the healing. The Maiden is doing some work now to Kyle. He gets the hit pulverize in, but nobody else is coming to save AL. They need to try to get out of this one. Tarzan turning back around. Goes for Breathe. Goes for the execute. doesn't have the damage there. Gets locked down. Kyle coming over to help him. Hope tried to get the heal there through Kyle, but won't find it. They lost a tier 2 for all of this. And is it going to be enough for Weibo? They're down almost 5,000 gold. The Ocean Dragons will start stacking up, though, for AL. They'll have their second now. And they themselves are looking at halfway to third item, at least, for Shanks. It's more so that scaling on this Senna, who's, I believe, if I can read that, at 70 stacks now. I think he's a legend of the game for a reason. He's a world champion for a reason. It's all those years ago, but want to see that premier form from Tien. The Baron's already started up. No vision there. Kyle goes for the play fight. He ends up catching in Chris. Chris panic magnet storms and is already down. Flandre popped the Dominus on the side just to keep pressure, but without Chris, without this Rel, you have no engage. It's literally Tien having to run at people.
They just rinse and repeat. Back in the brush they go.
All right, they're just using this vision game too good. Flandre goes for the flash play. Grand Starfall in, and Weibo for a second game in a row have been turned to dust. This team is nowhere near contesting the top 4, and AL makes sure they know that time and time again. Another ace, another game, and AL destroy Weibo.
And importantly for those standings, it does just create that buffer. It gives AL a little bit of a breather. And unfortunately for Weibo, it means that they are most likely going to be going down into that play-ins playthrough. They're going to have to take a game up against one of our Nirvana teams. It's not decided by any means, but this window now, the 2-game buffer that AL have got, really is going to give them such a big amount of confidence.
The Weibo team with all this experience definitely doesn't want to have those lackluster performances, but they are okay with it. They ended 7th last regular season, still tried to make a run, but AL are ending their run right now, at least in this series, as Kyle just keeps tanking up now. Magnet Storm coming in as well from Chris. They get one back. Chris might be able to kill Hope in the end too, try to get a shutdown. No, Chris, he's losing to a Hope that has like less than 50 health there. He ends up dying to the minions, I believe, and Grand Starfall's coming in. This is AL just playing with their food. It's like a kid with some corn. He's just throwing it at the walls and see what happens when it does, as AL just look to close out game number 2 and this series.
Very clean performance from AL in the back half here. 12,000 gold lead. Baron at their backs. This is the series done. And I think that that's really important for BLG. We talked about the fact that we're really impressed by Knight, you know, talking about potential MVPs for the split. He's in that conversation. Early priority on a Dragon. For me, it is top esports. Trying to play this late game versus Knight versus the Azir. Definitely not something that's going to be easy.
Yeah, and I love it. I mean, you're just seeing that kind of level between these teams. There is always an answer to any kind of play. As now Ben overextends his hand in a 1v2, trying to get back over to this turret. Now it's turning into a 1v3. This Kanavi just starts off some of the damage. Yeah, 369 is going to take an extra turret shot there. 369 should have probably gone to clear the wave here. Ben's going to stick around. He's not even close to level 6. He doesn't have anything available to him. The CC chain is too much. Hung able to tank it up for the squad. And that's first blood for top esports. Meanwhile, Jackie Love in some trouble. Insta-cleanse with the Captain Jack on, using the tank cannon minion to tank some extra damage here. The piercing arrow is not enough, and Jackie Love survives.
Okay, Elk, they're getting a little bit baited, actually.
Here in the recent history of the LPL. Watching the development of Knight and Cream's careers against each other now, as now we get the invite into a fight here as Chains of Corruption come down, and On is already dead just right off the get-go. Cream comes in with the Between Worlds. Elk doesn't have much damage at this stage, and that's 2 kills going over to top esports. Jackie Love gonna flash. Elk get in some trouble here. The rain of arrows coming in, and that's gonna be Cream cleaning up with a triple kill for Jackie Love.
Incredible. He's in that conversation for me, and he finds a triple kill in the start of game number 1 to actually show his mettle, to show us what he's been able to do so frequently throughout this split.
Oh my god, Knight with a beautiful layup play onto Cream. On ends up getting the kill with that last little strike, but a really clean answer from BLG in their first kill of the game. Feels good to see him stunt on people as Chains of Corruption, as I talk about it, goes wide. He's getting him delivered to him by Hung here. The combination you never knew you needed. They might try to get the kill. With the slam as he gets that dunk over onto BLG. Now Shadow want to fight. Equalizer coming out now from top esports, trying to retreat as they do get the re-engage from Hung, but the public execution comes in on the 369. The Hung has given his life for it. BLG do respond.
Okay, overall, this is still just barely beneficial for Top Esports because Cream gets alone time with 3 grubs on the top side.
All right, so BLG just willing to give over these moments, saying, you know, maybe this composition comes together once we actually hit our first, second item spikes here.
The Aurora already means that he is quite scary, despite the fact that Bin has gone for
Oh my god, that was
Okay.
such a long dip. That was from a full screen away. And 369 just gets cooked.
in favor of giving Knight the Azir. So this is an opportunity and this is a conscious decision that BLG made, and it's one that they're going to have to try and make the most of.
I gotta say, that was like one of the longest Shurima shuffles I've seen. It was so long on the distance, and Knight just expertly piloting this Azir. There's a reason why it was so proud between the two mid laners, and that's why it was so shocking to see it go over to that red side. We did end up seeing that turret kind of bursted down by Top Esports, and they're still playing to their conditions here. Looks like that's the case. Don't even need the jungler there to start it up. He will end up coming in the end. Join the squad, get the Rift Herald, and that'll be some open gold for them, especially in that mid lane. Try to crash down into that turret. It's very low.
Kills came through.
All right, they're going to choose to pop the Rift Herald before the dragon even gets close to spawning. Try to get this outer turret down. It's going to be charged in by
Shadow.
himself. Shadow goes over the edge. Might have just gotten his team killed. It gets a 3-man pulverized from Hung. Knight ends up getting away but gets knocked up.
Kanavi!
And then Kanavi is just on a rampage here. Oh, he doesn't hit the flag and drag. As now the equalizer comes down, the pulverize comes out again, and Hung just had a master class of an Alistar performance there. The Rift Herald has now been delivered down towards bot lane. They might even get another charge off if they can, but the turret's going to fall. The gameplay goes to Top Esports, and that's so much more gold going in their pockets.
And it's once again the jungler from BLG being a little bit of the reason why they're faltering. Shadow there goes for an engage when the turret falls, with no hope of really ever coming out on top of that if they aren't going to win a fight around a Rift Herald.
Oh no, Ben didn't expect for Kanavi to be sticking around. There's the curtain call coming out to try to save him. He gets the 1 kill back, and Ben gets the outplay. The 4th shot's there, and the Sundered Sky ends up taking his life. The flag and drag gets Kanavi away. It ends up being a 1-for-1. Absolutely incredible in a majority of the year for Top Esports, and he has been the general that he always was for JDG, but with a different banner.
And we just hope that he can continue that into playoffs, into international, and return to the form that we fell in love with on that JDG roster.
Public
369 now in trouble.
execution. Yeah, I mean, they got everything used on him now. He's going to go golden with the equalizer on top, but Kanavi's going to try to make his way here. 369 buying so much time. The redemption coming in. Oh, beautiful crescent guard from Shadow to separate Kanavi, to stop him in his tracks.
Is it all together just yet?
Not yet. Hung's going to stop. Ben is just backing in the middle of the lane here. Jackie Love's coming down as well. Will have the Chains of Corruption. Should pop that immediately. Is going to connect in the end. Going to get the 3 stacks of the Blight. Now looking to damage back with a hail of arrows. But now Ben might have one back. Okay. 369 comes and sits him down. Almost got the kill back in a 1v3.
On somebody, I want to be expecting them to flash away from it. And we can't just leave them sat in Cataclysm.
Kanavi just goes straight into the Knight, flashes away from the Deadly Flourish. BLG are rebuffed from this entrance here. Shadow goes in for the fight. Hung getting a little bit low. It's not going to be the unbreakable pop just yet. He still has his tankiness. BLG going to get the dragon down to half health. Kanavi looking for the entrance, trying to decide what way he wants to go. Hung going to pop the heal with the spellbook. They need to get into it. 50-50. Chains of Corruption, and it's Shadow's locked down. The 4-man Pop Blossom comes through with the equalizer on top of it. The Hot Pot special has been delivered. BLG, they have been taken off the objective, but Knight goes in for a 4-man. The dragon goes the way of Kanavi in the end. TES try to fight their way through this one. Elk shutting people down. 4 shots, not enough. Jackie Love sits him down. Now more kills going the way of Top Esports. Ben in trouble. Ben gets hit by the hail of arrows, and Top Esports comes away with 3, comes away with the soul, and comes away with a team fight win.
BLG that can contest is up for another 17 seconds. 369 goes back to base, he TP's back in, and Top Esports, they just needed that one fight to really push this game over the edge, and they found it in the bot side.
Jackie Love is right there with the best of them. 6-0-5 for the last genius in the league, and now we get the all-in onto Ben and onto the BLG top side.
Shadow gets caught, and with the Atacon down, Baron up,
Unfortunately, Elk not able to follow through on the rest of that one, as On going to get followed through on by Kanavi. Hail of arrows into the piercing arrows, and there's just arrows flying at BLG's face as they are just getting picked apart here. The vultures of top esports have found the body here, and they're going straight to the Baron.
Oh, Hong, do they know that Hong's here? They want all of it. They want everything from BLG.
They have no idea. Oh, they got the Flank Knight! The MVP candidate, he goes golden. Is it enough, though? Equalizer everything as he gets taken out, his hand cut, and the Baron refocused by top esports.
Shadow rocking out from the base, but there are no Hex Gates. There are no Zakis to fling you across the map. You will just fall. And for top esports, it's about making sure that they can erase the blip on their radar from yesterday. A shock loss versus IG after they took game 1.
That was a terrifying point.
Hoping that they can, you know, translate this into a game win and then honestly close out the series. I mean, it's a much more difficult opponent, I would say. BLG versus IG, it's definitely favoured for BLG, and you look at top esports laying waste to them so clinically, so efficiently here.
Hung just decides that's the end. That's all they want. They just want BLG's base. They want everything. They go ahead and type in that cheat code. All your base belong to us. 100+ gold and 100+ moments for top esports to make it hurt against BLG. The turret's starting to fall here. The last Nexus turret is still there, but the minions aren't necessarily in position. And now you have the Sun Disc up to get BLG some time here. They're trying to clear the waves, but the Baron minions are still there for 45 seconds. Cream trying to take a 1v1 against Ben. That's not going to go too well, but the next minion wave is going to crash. The Sun Disc will not save you anymore. Young Emperor, as Knight tries to get his way away, then the last Nexus turret falls, and top esports, with one last effort, will put down BLG in game number 1 in triumphant fashion. 8,000 gold up. Kanavi,
he's played it before.
Do you, boo-boo? He has. But
this
in
is still a shock.
moment, yeah, like with this comp, I mean, I was talking about the engage potential they have. They do have a decent amount of it, even though it was a full topside clear. To go towards this mid lane gank on a Cream, who's going to have to burn his flash. The flash play from Shadow, he doesn't even burn it. He just says, I am dead. Gives first blood to BLG. A big stun play as we go. But there's going to be some plate love going the way of Elk and On down there as Kanavi ends up finding Shadow. Going to try to fight him in the end here. He's going to flash over, try to get the kill on. Shadow's in some trouble here. Going to have a shield coming from On. And now Kanavi can't finish the kill, but Hung comes in and does. Oh, Kanavi overextended himself, but he goes in with a double shurikens. He ends up getting the kill back, and this is a big play from top esports. They find 3 kills off the back of it. The feats of warfare completed. Gets that play out. They get the kill back over to this bot side. They get all this advantage here, but we're taking a look back into live, and it's Cream that gets punished. Now Kanavi might fall because of it. Hung's coming over to try to help him out here. Is going to have that grand entrance, get the knock up, but Kanavi's just looking for an exit, and unfortunately Cream gives back over some of that advantage to BLG.
Kill onto Cream, a player who we've frequently said in these high-level mid-lane matchups is going to struggle. He got counter-picks. He's been given a very difficult matchup in the Annie versus Victor, and now he's going to have to struggle his way through being 0-2 and 1 down 10 CS and really behind the curve.
Oh, On and Elk maybe overextended here themselves. On overestimating his life, and Kanavi gets his 3rd kill of the game, just hand-feeding this Zed at prodiff.gg. Now we take a look. Kanavi going for an aggressive stance here with the steal of the blue buff, realizing he needs to Shadow over 369. They're just going to go for the kill. He's still level 5. Shadow cannot play this game. And he's still trying to show up to the arcade and put quarters into the machine. 369, speaking of machines, trying to take down Ben, and here comes the mark of death, and pop goes the croc. Kanavi gets 5th kill of the game. With the spike that he's already on. Should be just fine, and no real response coming out from BLG, so that's going to be full grubs given over to top.
And just because we saw it there, I'll hold the point. Hung in mid lane.
Oh, Chaos Storm going to be popped, though. Cream doesn't really have the damage to follow through. They aren't able to kill him, and a lot of damage taken back in by Cream.
But now he's got Tibbers and might actually have lethal on Knight after the fact, so we'll see whether or not they're able to make the most of that situation. I mean, at this stage in the game, you'd think that it's probably just set and destined that top esports will take it. No Trinity Force yet finished for Elkin.
Oh,
spot on.
They know that On doesn't have flash. They know they can just go all in onto him. The root's not going to connect. It does on the back end of the death mark, but is the death mark enough? It does. As Kanavi gets his 6th kill of the game, re-engaged by Hung, trying to catch Shadow out. Shadow's got some damage now with the subjugation popped. Hung's able to get away, though. Man, he is diving all over the place.
Fortunately, 369 already recalling, so he'll be able to get the majority of this wave. It won't be before, though. Bin gets a free plate for himself on that top side, quietly farming up quite the storm here. And I'm looking at the ways to kill the Victor. You know, shockingly, it's Kanavi, it's this Zed. It's all to do with how well Kanavi can play and how well he can dice.
Oh, man. He still has the Mark of Death, too. He's going to go all in there. And we said it was going to be a battle between Kanavi and Knight. Well, Knight gets a kill back in that 1v1, and we end up getting a solo bolo for 369 over Bin.
That's really worth it still for Top Esports to take down the Victor. It doesn't matter if they sacrifice their support for it. And honestly, Hong played that again about as well as he could have done. Now Jackie Love still has his summoners.
Jackie Love in these kinds of positions. Oh, he misses the blink. Okay, it actually does go through, but the chomp from the slow and the pillar ends up getting the kill. Shadow gets a solo on Jackie Love.
Yeah, and I mean, for Jackie, that's pretty criminal. He gets caught out in the top side by just getting diced on by Bin, and then in the mid lane as well, just has Shadow walking on him. That's not really allowed, and you know, one of the things that we've seen from Jackie Love in the past is him just being overextended on a mid wave, getting caught out for it, but he's still playing it exceptionally well. He's still making the most of all the advantages that he's been able to generate. And now, you know, just fishing, poking away, on force to summon a heal as he hops over the Mantra Q.
I think he could have been punished there, and he might end up being, as he didn't have the Shadow anymore. As okay, 369 just going in to try to steal the Rift Herald. Oh, I thought he was going to get it. It's actually Elk that steals it in the end, or at least takes it. Hung going to try to get away, but the Chaos Storm was doing some work on the back end. Another pillar comes through, but it's just on a 369 who will be fine. TS don't really come away with much there, and they do end up losing the Rift Herald over to Shadow and BLG.
Yeah, and once again, I mean, Cream taking a rough trade up against Bin, who forces a fight up against the Annie to secure the top tier 1. Whether he can get out is another question. Pillar slows Kanavi, but does it do enough? They have
the distance. Yeah, I mean, the quickness comes through. Bin just gets locked down. The shuriken to the face. Kanavi picks up his 8th kill of the game.
And again, when we look at where you would want the kills to go, honestly, it's Kanavi or Jackie Love. I'm not too invested in giving Cream gold on the Annie. You know, he's going to stun people, and that's about it.
Dude,
Kanavi still has ulti.
You dirty son of a gun. He's got almost 6 levels on. He just eviscerates him.
Clear wards, and normally when you're face checking even a Xin Zhao or something, it's dangerous enough. Face checking a 9-kill Zed is just death sentence every single time. So maybe they can look to make a play. And again, we're looking at the powerful points of this BLG roster. Ooh. Elk has a Trinity Force.
I don't know if that was necessarily where they wanted to use it, but Shadow's going to pop the Rift Herald. They're going to use it for an escape tool from On. That was actually masterful. He's going to run into the combo here. He's going to try to get away. He's going to run.
Where's he going? Where's he going?
Oh away! He's away. Okay. He's gone. He's out. But now Kanavi goes in on the rest, and he has left Elk on. Where out thou gone? And as he asked the question, Elk falls, your big damage potential. Knight's still there in the fight, trying to get some back with the Chaos Storm. I don't know if this fight's going to work. The Feather Storm coming through. The Blade Caller flashed out by On. On wants the kill into Hung, but Hung misses the W. Oh, that feels so bad. And that means that Bin's coming around the corner. The double lockdown, the gravity well, and the double spin to win. They clear house, and this is looking like the Top Esports that knew this could go to 3 as they get taken down one by one. BLG, make it rain.
And it's not clean, it's not pretty here, Mazel. We're looking like a set of duo teams up against the lower end of the standings, but BLG come out on top. They claim Kanavi's shut down as well. A double gravity well under the turret from Knight.
You're on to 2.
And I do want to call this out as well. That wasn't a battle dance over the wall. Never mind, Hong.
Oh no, Top Esports have taken that momentum. They've taken that play, and they take down On. Now Deathmark used on a Knight, but he's trying to kill Elk. He just goes back to the Shadow. Knight going to flash away as well. Shadow getting very low, but Bin down the flank.
Out onto the map very quickly. You see that Hong able to just at least ward off and make sure that BLG aren't able to get into this pit without being spotted.
Oh, they don't know. They don't know. They don't know. They don't know. All 4 members right there, and Knight is gone. He is completely taken out of the rest of the team, and now Elk can't do anything but run home. Takes a tower shot there, and he dies for it. Bin was trying to clear the wave or at least get on the other side of the fight, and he should be successful at that. But Top Esports do lose a member on the back end of the fight. Comp kind of wants to run you down after these fights. It can be very beneficial. So I think these 2-3 item spikes are really important to keep an eye on. Shojin's had been completed for Kanavi as we see a 1v1 in topside by 369 and Bin. I think 369 wants to walk away from this one. Bin feeling pretty confident, especially when you miss the Q3. He's trying to use some of the minions here, going all out, says we're going to take this fight. Dominus going to be popped by Bin. 369 and Bin going at it just like the old days. 369 about to lose it though. Tries to get another Q3. Misses 2 of them in a row. He's able to get the shield back. Bin getting low. 369 with the outplays. No, not able to get the Q2. Tries to get another one going on the Bin, but the control ward is there. 369 has the space. This is a tense 1v1, but they're not going to find anything, and I love this fighting.
The question of whether or not Shadow can find a way in to try to steal. No feathers to zone now.
Oh my god. Kreen actually does chunking damage now. Oh, they just get the Atacon. 369 kind of wanted an angle there. TES using this tempo control so well.
Later this game goes, the more I fear the victor. They're after Cream though.
Does good. I mean, he does a decent chunk of damage. Doesn't have the Tibbers any longer though, and Kanavi can come down and cut Shadow down to size. Cream gets chomped on though. And that'll be the Chaos Storm used as well, just to keep Kanavi from going too farther forward.
In here, using your Shadow to get in range for an ulti is all very well and good, but when you land, you don't have as much damage because your shurikens aren't landing, or you don't have the slow from your Shadow to flip a Baron here is maybe their best way to come back out into this game.
Oh no.
Oh no, dear.
Oh, he still gets out. He's out of there. He's the shielding, the healing, the flash comes through.
But he still has to base. He still has to lose. That still loses them time on the map, and it's now going the way of Top Esports. This puts them to soul point and puts them just one misstep, or puts BLG one misstep away from losing a soul. And again, you know, this is another part of the fight.
I don't have vision though, so Kanavi needs to be a little careful. But they see now that multiple members are here. Jackie Love, he needs to be careful. Bin wants the flank. He didn't get the slice and dice, but he gets a ton of damage onto Hung. TP coming in onto a gravity well. 369 should be fine. He's very tanky now, and he's stunned. There, Bin goes in, gets hung. Now they try to take it. BLG going forward. Kanavi tries to find the backline, tries to find On. On should die. He goes back to his clone, but he's down 2. Big Mystic shot coming through, and Knight is now here to free fire, here to be that champion of BLG. Another stun comes through. 369 misses.
Not available for 369. I don't think there's a contest available for BLG, for Top Esports, and it's coming off the back of this incredible powerhouse that Bin is on this top side. The Renekton just can't be moved. With a Sterex, with Dominus, with the lack of damage that Top Esports have at the minute, they have no way to get through the Renekton.
Be there, and I gotta say, I've been really surprised at the positioning of Jackie Love so far in this game. We've seen him cut out so many times, Hung right there with him as well, and he's going to get taken down from afar potentially. True Shot Barrage going to go just a little bit wide, but that means they lose their inhib turret and potentially their inhib here.
Yeah, Creamer's got flash. You can see he's waiting just off in the wings, sat not on vision just yet, but they know loosely where the Annie is.
He wants to take down Shadow, but there's no way he kills him. Kanavi comes over the wall now as well, trying to help down.
It gets to be a problem. And now Top Esports, they're the ones that are forcing the issue. They start the Dragon. They're going to flip it.
Elk is nowhere nearby. He's finally going to make it over. It goes over the fucking... It goes over to Shadow. Oh my god, and it actually gets the steal. Now Bin goes through as well. They actually get the play now. No, 369. 369 just got a double knockback. And Jackie Love, you said you wanted him to step up. He just found 2 quick kills, and now Knight's going to get ran down. The feathers, they sting, and they find enough. They get the knock up from Kanavi too, and they get this nice chase down onto BLG. Although Knight is going to make it away. The pillar is beautiful from Shadow.
Likelihood is that he just eased the wave and gets it gone. Top Esports get a tier 2 turret, and that's about it. They do get a lot of shutdowns, right? They managed to take down Bin, which is really important, but I'm still quite happy for this as route onto Shadow.
Shadow's got to be careful. He is fine. He has the Frozen Tundra. As his movement speed goes through the roof, you got a nice little pillar there. Knight, look at Knight. Knight's got an angle. Knight trying to look for Hung. Does have some damage. Shadow feeling so spicy, feeling so good. True Shot Barrage hits off the 2, and he has the slowdown now as well. Bin is here. All he needs is a slice and dice. Jackie Love, really nicely done. He's going to flash early, but gets smote, and now he will just give his life. Jackie Love caught yet again, and Bin now looking for a slice and a little bit of a dice. He's looking for his Gigaben moment. He's looking for the finishing touches to this game number 2. He's looking for a game 3 potential, and Shadow tries to get the catch out. Shadow doesn't help. He get 1 kill, and now they're pushing for the end.
Na'Vi to do the damage to the minions, not to the champions.
He's got to try to find it. He's going all in onto Elk. He doesn't end up finding it. Is the death mark going to be enough? They do get a pop damage onto him, but Knight goes gold, and Knight is just in there in the middle of everybody.
369.
He finds another one. 369 is going all out, finds Elk, but Elk nicely arcane shifts away. 369 now getting kited down. Kanavi's still alive, and that's the big pressure point. They realize they don't have the health bars, Rude.
Into a gravity well. Could just be the end of your life. As Top Esports wrestle back control.
Oh, Shadow's going to face check into 5! 5 members of Top Esports wait at the gates, and you are not tall enough to enter as they deny BLG the entrance into the Baron. That's going to be immediately to the objective.
This is one of those problems that Karma falls into. You may be thinking, why is Shadow just face checked like that? To allow that Subjugate to do any work. And now Top Esports find themselves with a Baron with an Infernal Soul.
Oh.
And a reignited footing in this second game in these team fights. Looks like JackeyLove's working his way towards that GA, but doesn't have it just yet. With this Baron, with this Soul, you'd like to think that Top Esports can hopefully crack open the base of BLG, but
they almost get hung down. Chaos Storm's going to be a big ticket item, though. Kanavi able to get this mid turret as well, so the inhib is traded, at least in terms of the openness of both of them. And JackeyLove going to keep pushing. They have 20 seconds on this Baron buff.
Final wave, final attempt for them. Knight able to sidestep that Q3, but now with no Chaos Storm, not as easy a chance.
They overextend, though. TP, that's going to be Bin coming in to join. They got JackeyLove right there. They're trying to burn him down now. He's going to buy time. 369 on the other side. Who goes down first? It's the GA pop. 369 is tanking a 1v4
He's
right now. They're about to get a kill. 369 is in the middle of everybody. Now Kanavi gets slowed down, but goes in onto Elk. Deathmark has been popped, but he is out of there. He gets popped himself. As now 369 is that front line, but he is down 2, and Knight is starting to pick up kills left and right here.
A battle of the front lines, one that BLG should not have come out on top of. But Top Esports a little bit shaky there. Kanavi going a bit too aggressive. 369 does a great job at tanking, but Kanavi was irrelevant in that fight. He burns the flash from Elk. That's as good as it gets.
I mean, when you have those kinds of moments, when you have all that confidence put in you, you can't fall, you can't fumble, and he's going to try to go in on the Knight, but he is just going to go down, and that's the kind of pick that might just be the nail in the coffin.
Can still walk in and attempt to keep his team alive. Clearing the wave is the priority for Top Esports. I don't think that there's anything really else for BLG to garner from this push. Top Esports have got.
All right, well, BLG seem to want to get Prio in mid. It's going to be Top Esports in the pit first. Cream holding the line with this Tibber stun play. He has the flash. Kanavi looking for the angle on the side. They lock down Shadow. They just want to go for the front line. Shadow's gone. That's huge. The Elder Dragon is up, but Bin found the flank. Bin, they don't know. The Croc is in the bush, guys. You gotta watch out. You gotta watch out. He goes straight for the heart. Is it enough, though? The all-out comes through onto Bin. They do end up getting some good damage on him as well. JackeyLove is by himself, though, into the Elder. Elk
goes forward.
Arcane shift out, and he goes straight in. He ends up using it again, ends up getting another kill. Kanavi goes on the back line, though, and finds one back. JackeyLove is untouched. Now Elk versus JackeyLove. This is the gunslinging affair, but the genius, he has put his mind to work, and he has put his gloves to work as JackeyLove comes up with an 8,000 plus damage team fight straight to the Elder Dragon for Top Esports.
That's what we needed from Jackie. He'd been given no resources this game, just funneling himself gold as best as possible. And his team fighting secures the Elder, will secure the Baron after this. Even with an Elder, even with a Baron, BLG will still fight till their dying breath.
They will indeed. They will not give up. As the Baron down, double super buffs going over to Top Esports.
For Top Esports, it's whether they can close out the entire game with these double game-ending buffs.
It needs to be now. I mean, they have a minute till Elder goes down, 2 minutes till Baron. If they're going to win, it's got to be now. And Kanavi says it is now. He's going to pop Elk just like a pop blossom, but it's the Zed that Kanavi took in R5. King Kanavi has truly put back on his crown and said that this league, this season, this split number 3, it is Top Esports. They go for one fell swoop on a BLG. They find the turrets. They look at the focus onto the Nexus. They look for the 2-0 sweep, the redemption from the last time these two teams met. And BLG will have to wait a long while for a bit of revenge. A 2-0 sweep for Top Esports.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.